Welcome back. The Arts and Culture Trust afforded young performers the chance to showcase their talent in front of a live audience and impress a panel of judges in order to gain a scholarship that will help them in their chosen careers in arts. Now, the students performed their hearts out at the legendary John Kani stage at the Market Theatre. This was awarded in 4 categories, namely acting, singing, dancing and musical theatre. Now, each winner received 50,000 Rand to study their performing arts subject at any tertiary institution in the country, as well as the chance to be represented by Canvas Talent Agency. Now, the winner in the dance category, Sithembele Dotwana, joins us this morning from our Cape Town studios to share more with us. A very good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you.
You're such a pleasant young chap. Very excited to be chatting to you. Won't you please give us a background into your career choice, and when did it all begin for you, and when did you realize you had this passion for dance?
So what can I say? In terms of where it began, I started like around about 2 years ago at Africa Blaze, but initially I started like at school with my dance teacher, but when I started training was at Africa Blaze. But the more I went to class and the more shows I did, I realized this is what I want to do in my future. Telling stories, like you get to interpret so much about the world, and you get the power to have control on the audience and tell your story through dance. And the more people understand your story, you feel so motivated to do it again and again. So that's where it basically began.
All right, and how did you find out about the Arts and Culture Trust scholarship competition?
Oh wow, I remember that was like a last minute thing. So I knew about it from last year already, because there are contestants that I knew that did it. But for me, this year, I never knew that I had the opportunity to, but my teacher, Roxy Levi, said I should enter because it's something that anyone could enter, and because I knew I needed the scholarship from Arts and Culture Trust Fund, I applied, and there we go, and we did the auditions, and yeah. But that's how I knew about it, because the internet, Facebook, it's everywhere on Instagram. So there's a lot of things that they showcase from previous years also, YouTube also. So those are the channels where I found out more about the Arts and Culture Trust Fund.
Now, prior to you winning the competition, what other plans or what plans had you made about taking your craft and your career to the next level? How were you going to elevate yourself through dance?
First of all, it is crazy, but the school that I applied to, I did apply for a scholarship, of course, because there's no way I can afford the arts and culture, or rather the degree that I would be doing. So I did kind of mention it so that they understand where I'm coming from. And I'm sure that there are people that are out there that are willing to help when you have a problem, as long as you're also willing to put in the work. So in terms of my tuition, I mentioned that at school, but in terms of the other fees, I was freaking out a little bit. I was thinking, how am I going to do it? But I'm going to do it regardless. So there are other expenses that are unspoken of, that are like undercover, like allowance, residence, your clothes for dance, and how you basically keep up the lifestyle, even the costumes. That was going to be a conversation that obviously I would look at when time comes.
All right, phenomenal. Now, take us through, I mean, obviously winning must have been the highlight of this entire thing, but before you got to the win, there was an entire audition process. Tell us about that, and what was most challenging during that process for you?
So round 1, like the regional auditions, I was still like question mark in terms of what's going to happen, because there were so many people. You didn't know if they would take you, and I didn't know how many people would be accepted or not. So I remember even the day I received my email, it was quite freaky, because I was like, wow, did I really make it? But where the tension really began was the week. You honestly, when we were at Joburg, when they put everyone in one room, where there's so many talents from South Africa, from all over, from music, dance, musical theatre and acting, you realize how many people are actually passionate about their artistry. And in that week, was it emotionally daunting. But the Arts and Culture Trust Fund, of course, provided a means for us to do. They gave us like mentors to take us through the process. But even with our mentors, they were amazing. They were strong, but it was quite emotionally challenging because a lot of times you question yourself, is this really what I want to do on a daily basis, competing with artists? Because there will be time where you have to audition, obviously, for like gigs and everything. The whole emotion that you go through, is it really what you want to go through in your daily life? But of course, there's a beauty in going through all of that. And there's so much growth and wisdom that you gain from the people that you're with, your mentors, and just being on stage and the story that you tell. Because there's so much purpose in what you do, especially when you understand it. Yes.
Oh, wow, Sithembele, I'm very impressed with you, and I have no doubt that our viewers are as well. Thank you so much for chatting to us this morning. That is the Arts and Culture Trust Scholarship Awards that are an active investment, that hopes to ensure that tomorrow's stars can accelerate their careers. A big congratulations to one of the winners that we just spoke to.